Hi everyone, myself Vamsi Krishna. In this session, I am going to discuss how to set up latest Nexus on the Kubernetes. Nexus is an open source artifact storage and management system. It is a widely used tool and can be seen in most of the CI/CD workflows. And we have covered Nexus installation on EC2 in another video. This session will walk you through the step-by-step process of deploying Sonatype Nexus OSS on a Kubernetes cluster. I have a 2-node EKS cluster already. Let me show the cluster. I created a EKS cluster already, and in that EKS cluster with the 2 nodes, I am going to deploy this Nexus. I have the two nodes. If you see kubectl get nodes, I have 2-node EKS cluster, and I have created a GitHub, and I kept all the deployment and service YML files in the GitHub repository under the Kubernetes repo. If you go to Vamsi Tech Tutorials, under that you have a repo for Kubernetes. Under Kubernetes, there is a folder called Nexus. Inside the Nexus, you can see deployment and service file. Before that, we'll go step by step. First, we need to clone the code from here. Let us clone the code from this repo, Kubernetes repo. Click on clone or download, copy the URL, and go to the server and say git clone server URL. Once we clone the code, go into the Kubernetes repository folder and go into Nexus folder. And in both the deployment and YAML file, I am doing all these things in a particular namespace. For that reason, first let us create a namespace for this. I have mentioned all the steps in the README file. You can go to the README file. First, create the namespace. kubectl create namespace. I am creating the namespace as Nexus. You can create anything of your own. Our namespace is created, and under this namespace, I have created the deployment YAML and service YAML. We'll see the deployment YAML file. If you see, I have metadata namespace as Nexus, and in the spec, I mentioned 2 replicas so that 2 pods will be running for this image. Under the image section, if you see, I have taken Sonatype Nexus 3. This YML file is specifically for Nexus 3. Okay, this will not work for Nexus 2. This will work for Nexus 3. Under that image, I have mentioned Sonatype Nexus 3 latest, and I have mentioned the resources. You can mention limits and request of your own thing. For now, I have mentioned memory and CPU as 4 GB for the limits and request. If you want, you can change this. Under the port section, I mentioned the container port as 8081 so that Nexus will run on 8081 port. And volume mount, I have mentioned Nexus data will go under this mount path. Okay, this is our complete deployment file. Let us run this deployment file. We have executed the deployment file. We'll try to verify whether our pods are running or not under this particular namespace. If you see, as we mentioned replicas as 2, we have 2 pods running under Nexus namespace. Now we have the deployment exposed, we have the deployment, and under the deployment we have 2 pods running. Now what we can do is, we will try to expose this deployment through the service YAML, and I mentioned the service type as load balancer. If you observe, I have mentioned the spec type as load balancer, and ports I mentioned 80, and target port I mentioned 8081. If you want, you can mention both as 8081 also. For now I mentioned 80, and target port is 8081, where our pod is running on 8081 port. Now execute this service also. kubectl apply -i f nexus -service YAML. Our service is created. We will verify whether the service is running or not under this particular namespace. You can say kubectl get service -n namespace is nexus. Our service is running and we got the external IP, which is load balancer. Okay, we'll go to AWS management console UI and verify whether this load balancer is in service or not. We need to wait until this comes to in service. If you see under the instances, there were 2 instances and the status is out of service. Just wait for some time and refresh it until it becomes in service. Still they are out of service. We need to wait until this status is in service. Yeah, now one came in service. We can go to the description and we can grab the DNS name and we can access this from the browser. If you see, we got Nexus repository manager loading from the UI. Why? Because in the service we have mentioned the port as 80 and the target port as 8081, so that it got forwarded to 80 port. Now once it loads, we need to provide username and password. For getting username and password, we need to connect to the pod and we need to get the password from there. Now it is loading. Nexus repository manager is loading. And once we click on login, it will show us some path. We need to connect to the pod and we need to get the password. Click on sign in. And if you see it, the password is located under /nexus-data admin-password. This is the mount path which we mentioned under the deployment. Now get the pod and connect to the pod and get the password. If you say kubectl get pod -n nexus, you will see the pods which are running. Connect to the pod using kubectl exec command. Now we connected to the pod. Just do cat command and give that path, whatever it is showing on the web UI. Now you got the password. Copy this password and mention it in the UI. Default username is admin. Password is this. Now next change the password. Next you can keep your own password, admin123 or like whatever you want. You can keep your own password. It's up to you. You can enable anonymous access as well, but again it's up to you. It depends on the security measure you take. And if you want, you can see the repositories also on the browser. After welcome, there is an icon called repositories, you can click on that also. That means this, after that there is an icon, you can click on that, which will show the repositories. And in the repositories, you can click on the repositories. These are the default repositories. If you want, you can open this in another browser just to see whether the username and password, whatever we set, is working fine or not. You can open it in another browser, another tab or another browser. This tab, it's fine. We will take IE also. Let us try with another browser as well. Yeah, it is taking whatever the password we set. That means whatever the installation we have done, it's perfect, and we are able to see the Nexus homepage. If you want to delete the infrastructure, you can just delete the deployment, service, and namespace one by one. We'll start with deleting the service, and then we will delete the deployment, and then we will delete the namespace. You can get the service using kubectl get service under the namespace Nexus and delete the service. As and when you delete the service, your load balancer will be deleted automatically. And I mentioned all these things in my GitHub README file. You can refer them as well. And I will keep these things in the YouTube video description as well. Now we'll get the deployment, kubectl get deployment under Nexus namespace, and we can delete this deployment as well. Kubectl delete deployment, and the deployment name is Nexus, and the namespace is Nexus. -n is for namespace Nexus. We have deleted the deployment also. Now you can delete the namespace as well. Kubectl get namespaces, ns you can give, and you can delete the namespace which we created. Kubectl delete namespace Nexus. Whatever the namespace deployment service we created, we are able to delete all of them. Thanks everyone for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel.